Yeah, hi. So my name is Alan Morahan. I'm a Chief Commercial Officer. I've been in the financial services industry for about 36 years, and I've been working on a more flexible hybrid basis for the last 18 months. So I now work 3 days a week. It's completely flexible in terms of whether I am in the office or working from home or indeed out at clients. That's entirely left down to me. Usually my working days are now Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But again, I'm prepared to be flexible around those dependent on what might be happening on the home front. So, if there is a real need for me to switch one of those days out and work on another day, then I'm more than happy to do that. But it generally works pretty well for both the company, for me, and the client work that I still do. Yeah, so how this came about was I was taking a review of my own personal situation within the workplace. So I was previously managing director of the company that I work within, and had been in that role for about 11 years. And over the course of a couple of years, I started to think to myself that I wanted to take a step back. I was adamant in my own mind that I didn't want to leave the workplace. And I was pretty much of a mind that I didn't actually want to leave this company either. And so I started talking to my chief executive to say, look, I think the time is now right for us to start thinking about succession planning, etc. And I'd like to do it on this basis. I step down from the role as managing director, move into another role, reduce my hours because that would work for me and probably would work for the company as well. Obviously, a degree of saving from the company perspective, and I then positioned it as to the type of things that I could be doing, which were obviously going to be different from what I'd done in my role as managing director. And I suppose what had happened was I was starting to see opportunities that we could develop. There wasn't anyone that was necessarily going to take those opportunities forward. I felt they were generally interesting and genuinely of value to the business, and that it would give me that opportunity to stay in the workplace. So over a period of 12 months, we worked towards that position. I then resigned as managing director and left that role at the end of December 2021. I then had a 3-month transition period in handover, and I moved to this more flexible 3-day-a-week role with effect from April 2022. So I think the way that this has benefited the company is firstly, they've retained someone with a lot of experience and not a lot of knowledge within the business. So I've been in this particular business for about 17, 18 years. So a lot of background knowledge, both in terms of clients and the ways of working within the business. So I think it's helped that. I think it's helped the people that have taken on the responsibilities that I previously had. So they had someone to bounce the ideas off of. And I think for the business, having me around has enabled me to develop some of the areas that I could foresee as being of benefit to the business that weren't going to happen if I wasn't in this role. From a personal point of view, it's meant I could stay in the workplace. I'm very much minded that I think people often leave the workplace sooner than perhaps they should. Often they're not given any choice about that, but I do think that there is a huge volume of people out there that we would all benefit if they were back in the workplace, and they themselves would probably benefit. And so this process that we've gone through within the business has benefited both me and the business and the people around me.